Hello, and welcome back into the Level Up Podcast, where today we're doing a ClassCast episode. Today we'll be reacting to the food tier made by Jeremiah and Omar, the two cameramen for today. So, what are y'all's initial reactions if y'all had to each give it a general grade?
Garbage.
I felt disrespected.
And just utter trash.
I'm visibly upset.
I feel the same way.
Oh,
So,
glad to know.
yes. All right, so if we want to get started, we can start by going through the D tier. What do we think, JP, what do you think about the D tier and where some of those restaurants should have been placed?
You know, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I see Buffalo Wild Wings right there in the D tier. It may not be the best, but you know, it's not D tier. Come on now, it's not D tier.
Yeah, like, why is it in the same like rows like Dairy Queen? Like, no disrespect.
Exactly.
Dairy Queen,
DQ Buffalo Wild Wings.
And honestly, CC's Pizza, that's a C tier. Because that buffet, it's going to hit every time. Especially with the family, like, man.
That buffet is different, to be honest with you.
Yes, it is.
Personally, I think DQ, Buffalo Wild Wings, CC's, and even Subway all shouldn't be in D tier. I think they're all at least C tier. But to
How do you feel about KFC being there though?
KFC.
What?
Where's KFC? Right there.
That's an empty space, my way.
That's KFC, I swear.
That is
KFC.
how is that KFC?
Bro, that's the Colonel.
What?
That's
Colonel.
two red lines.
Right, that's
on
KFC
the-
right there. Right. I'm not wrong.
I think so.
That's KFC.
Let's see.
The red with the black, that's KFC.
Which one? Point to it. That one. Yeah, that's good.
I see it, told you.
What? I thought it was just an empty box.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay, to be honest, I haven't really had KFC in like a long time.
Right,
So
same here. So I
Yeah,
can't
that's facts. I don't even, and plus, I know a bunch of people that work there. They do not care. They do not care.
alrighty, so now we're gonna move on to the C tier, which is Arby's, Burger King, Chili's, Olive Garden, and Panera Bread. What do y'all think about that, Fabian? You start.
It's such an L list.
Go ahead, list your reason why.
Yeah.
You know what? Never had Arby's. I've been to Chili's once, got sick. Olive Garden said their breadsticks bomb. I don't know what Panera Bread is though, so I'm gonna have to go with like, honestly, Burger King being the only thing I've like actually like consistently had there.
Right. I feel like Burger King is, you know, it belongs in the C tier nonetheless. Olive Garden, I would say B, because I feel like, you know, it needs a little bit more spec, especially those breadsticks. Same with Panera Bread. I know what it is. I just never had it. Chili's, same with Fabian. I went there once and just didn't enjoy it. And then Arby's, I've had a couple times. The only thing I like is their fries.
I gotta disagree with y'all on Chili's. I feel like Chili's should be up there with B, man.
Yes. Yes. I agree.
I've been eating that since I was a kid. I love their chips and salsa, and then sometimes I might just ask for a little bit of queso, and then I eat their pasta. It's amazing.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Chili should be at least B. If they had a B plus, like maybe there, but at least B. Alrighty, so we're gonna move on to the B tier, which has Wingstop, Carl's Jr., Chipotle, The Cheesecake Factory, Domino's Pizza, Five Guys, IHOP, McDonald's, Sonic.
That's
Uber
Burger
Eats.
Pie.
Burger Fi, and Steak and Shake.
Wait, honestly, this one's like very disrespectful. It's like at least three of these guys right here. Like why is Domino's in the B tier? Like, I'm just like, I'm genuinely curious. Like, what was the thought process behind that?
Y'all got Five Guys in the B tier.
The biggest crime.
It's expensive, but it's good. So like,
I
I don't know.
spent $60 on 3 burgers at Five Guys.
Yeah.
It is-
Facts. But the biggest crime is Wingstop at B tier.
yeah.
For me, Chipotle should not be B tier.
Chipotle
that
shouldn't.
was-
Chipotle shouldn't.
Chipotle should be at least A.
Keep it
Yes.
honest with you. I don't even know what Carl's Jr. is.
It's like a burger. It's like a
It-
burger.
it's a burger
joint.
place?
It's not that bad.
Oh, okay. I haven't
I don't
been
think
there
it's B tier
before.
worthy, but like,
And
So what tier would it be?
I'd give it honestly like a D. If I'm being
Okay.
real with y'all.
and we cannot disrespect the GOAT of fast food, McDonald's. Are y'all seriously having this in B tier though?
Like,
A McChicken
like we get that like almost every day.
at work, like
Like, come on.
Honestly,
guys.
I don't know if it's like
Disrespect to
special.
McDonald's.
Well,
it's immaculate how disrespectful that
Sonic.
is. Sonic, like yeah,
The
IHOP.
sauces.
Have you ever had IHOP at 1 a.m.? It hits different.
I can't
It's
say I
it's
have.
waiting an hour and a half for my
I think
food.
this-
Yeah.
Right, okay, that's just might be me, but
Yeah, that's just you.
I would-
This might be the most respectful B tier
I feel
I've
like
ever seen in my
if
life.
IHOP had better workers, I'd probably like it more.
Yeah.
Right.
I would have said at least a year ago, Cheesecake Factory would at least be A tier, but we went recently and they were out of like almost everything, like all their food and everything.
I've never eaten food there.
What they
I've only gone there for cheesecake.
Their cheesecake is pretty good.
so that all they got. What else they got?
But Burger
They got
Fry.
like it's
Burger
like
Fry?
Chili's a
I've
little
been
bit,
there
but better.
I ain't never had that.
I've never had Burger Fry before.
So
I've heard
then-
about it.
So then that should probably not be in the B tier.
Okay, I feel like Sonic is only in the B tier for their app. I feel like if they didn't have their app with half price drinks, I don't know if it would be
That's a pretty
the app.
I
Do you have the Sonic app?
No, I got the Sonic, but like what they got to do with it? I thought we were judging it by the food and the service.
Well, yeah, but the food is like
the
okay,
chick- the
but
chicken sandwich, it just goes down. You know,
it does.
like
How kind of dumb, bro?
let me just go and spend like 60.
I agree. Sonic can hold it down, especially the nerd slushies. Like, man,
Those are pretty.
that's like these some of the best drinks. Yeah, it's not it is the best drinks in fast food.
Mhm.
That's no doubt.
No.
Yeah, I would have to say that their drinks are top tier. Moving on to the A tier list. We have Cane's, Chick-fil-A, In-N-Out, Longhorn Steakhouse, Panda Express, and Taco Bell.
This is how you do an A tier. I feel like everything here is constructed very well except Taco Bell.
Yeah, I was just. Gonna say
I was
that.
about to say.
I dropped Taco Bell a tier or two.
Mhm.
Don't get me wrong, their food is pretty good, but their service really weighs them down for me. So
Horrible.
I'm not.
No,
Everything else for me. it
I do
works.
got a question. How many times you gonna eat at Longhorn Steakhouse though?
I ain't never even been there.
But-
So I ain't
but-
gonna-
I've been
Exactly.
there like once before.
Every
It
time,
was so
Exactly.
good.
Every time I have,
You got to compare it to all the other ones where you've been there a bunch.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
me.
Longhorn Steakhouse is all right whenever we go, but it's very rare.
Okay.
I have an unpopular opinion. I would have to say Chick-fil-A is B tier.
What?
Listen, their waffle fries I don't think are all
What?
that everybody thinks they are.
That's the best.
The chicken sandwich is the best, and then sometimes it isn't as good as it like usually is. I know.
What Chick-fil-A?
That's fine. B tier's still good. It's just
gonna
not.
interject with the waffle fry comment. So I actually kind of agree with you because every time I've eaten one of those, it's gotten stuck in my chest, and it's like swallowing them is
Dude,
the
me
hardest
too.
thing.
They're not that good. Come on, guys. They're not that good.
I object.
I object.
Throw it with Polynesian or Chick-fil-A sauce, and your life will change. Like,
See,
Or-
okay, Chick-fil-A sauce isn't the best.
you could figuratively say it goes dummy. So that's why I feel like this tier
Yeah.
is perfectly fine, especially Cane's. Like Cane's.
Like who doesn't?
Ever since Cane's came into our region,
Mhm.
it's just been going crazy. Like,
That is facts. Okay, moving on. To the S tier, which I don't even know if I want to say.
gonna
Okay,
interject
the
real
S
quick.
tier is
I'm gonna interject you. This is the worst. Like the worst tier. on this
yes.
list.
It has Papa John's, Popeyes, and Wendy's.
okay.
Papa John's,
Papa
Popeyes,
Yum.
and Wendy's.
It's like we're talking.
S
top-
tier is like
top,
like
top, dog.
S tier is
better
like-
than everything.
So you have A tier that's good, it's excellent, but S tier just like it goes above that.
It's
There's
better.
something-
It's better than everything.
Like that's the
Mhm.
definition of hit different.
But these are not
For
better
you
than
to
No.
say Papa John's
Papa Yon.
is S tier over Domino's, that's wild. to me.
Okay,
It's crazy.
Papa John's like B tier.
When was the last
Popeyes
time, when
is
was the last
like-
time you been to Papa John's?
I've never been to Papa John's, and I just know it's not good.
It's like decent. I like it more than Little Caesars, but that's not S tier.
Who put it up there?
Oh, Little Caesars wasn't on here either. So
Oh,
If Little Caesars was on here, it'd
It's
definitely
definitely
be
like
A
A
tier.
tier.
Yeah.
Definitely. Like the deep dish.
Who put Papa Yon up there though? Both.
Gotta get
It
him out of
was
here.
Wow.
both the makers of this list, so that
all right. Well, I think we do not all agree with the S tier, and by judging off most of the list, I don't think any of us agreed with most of it. So I think it's fair to say we don't agree with this food tier list. Coming back, we will be talking sports on the ClassCast episode of the Level Up podcast.
All right, before I hand out our social media diplomas, let's review about what we learned. Yes.
You wouldn't poke anyone in real life, so don't poke them on Facebook.
Good. Yes.
Think creatively and create valuable content for your audience.
Very good. All right, our last one. You got anything?
Sorry, my new duck face selfie is trending right now.
Well, you can't reach all of them.
Welcome back to the Level Up Podcast, ClassCast edition. In this segment, we're going to be talking about sports, specifically college football and the NFL. So first, I want to kick things off with a draft. JP and Zeke, I know y'all are big Cowboys fans, so how do y'all think the Cowboys fared?
Better than the Saints.
He would say that. I'm wearing my Drew Brees jersey today.
Gib, may I ask?
Totally wasn't planned.
May I ask who y'all drafted to that in y'all's picks?
We drafted Chris Olave, and then we drafted a tackle from North Iowa, Trevor Penning. Were our first round picks.
Okay, now I can relate. Me and JP both can relate on the tackle choice.
Oh yeah.
Am I happy and content with that choice? Not one bit.
Is he not that good? Have y'all seen anything
Ooh,
about him?
He's good. Penalties.
Oh.
Very penalty prone. So I guess you could say that runs with the Cowboys, considering that caused us in the last playoff game we had.
I was going to say, I remember in the 49ers playoff game, y'all cannot keep on going because of penalties.
Yeah,
We
like
couldn't.
the amount of yards we suffered just off of penalties, and then to add another player who can feed to that. I don't know, and I just felt like there was better choices in that draft, and I forgot what pick we were, but I feel like we were somewhere in that range to get at least a decent player, but we ended up going with the tackle. But it is what it is, so we just gotta feed into the next year.
I do have to say, though, the draft was crazy. I think there was like 6 or 7 trades just in the first round.
And the Jets,
Oh my gosh. Their defense is gonna be.
Sauce,
something.
they got Sauce
Sauce.
Gardner, and then they got
What's his name from Georgia?
the D end or the D
Yeah,
tackle.
Yeah.
They're gonna be good. I think like they're one of the and they did. Did they get Tyreek Hill? No, the
Dolphins.
Dolphins.
got
The
Tyreek
Dolphins.
Hill.
Oh yeah, shout out to Eric Ezukama. I seen him at the barbershop like maybe 2 weeks before he got drafted.
Hey,
But yeah, congrats on going to the Miami Dolphins.
congrats to him. The Dolphins could be better if Tua figures it out, and then.
That's facts.
Mhm.
I mean, when you got receivers like that, you better figure it out. I'll trade you if you do.
I would say for the Saints, just a little take on them. They got 2 of their biggest needs. Teron Armstead left. He was our key left tackle. In the offseason, he went to the Dolphins. And then wide receivers, Michael Thomas was hurt last year, and everybody else played like my Hutch B team, 7th grade. So we really need a wide receiver pretty bad. And then they got Michael Thomas coming back. They signed Jarvis Landry in the offseason. They signed a couple guys for defense. So the Saints had a really great offseason. How was the Cowboys offseason from what y'all seen?
It's not really what I've seen. It's what I want, I guess you would say.
Mm-hmm.
I wish we would make some changes, like putting Tony Pollard as like a starter or something like that over Zeke. I feel like we wasted a little bit too much on Zeke because he's not really producing as much as he would.
Right. Growing up, I always loved Zeke, and I still do. But you just kind of have to accept the fact that honestly, when Tony Pollard gets on the field, he honestly shows out more than Zeke does. And I just feel like Zeke is getting slower and stuff like that. Which there's always chances for a player to bounce back, but as of now, Tony Pollard is the player that they need at that starting running back position.
Speaking of bouncing back, Michael Gallup's coming back though. Yeah, and I've seen something that's where he's doing better. He's getting he's gonna be a full recovery from his ACL injury, so
And then
it'll be good.
on that topic of receivers as well, the one downside, another downside to our offseason, I guess you could say, is Amari Cooper leaving. I'm not sure what team he went to.
The Browns, yeah.
Browns, yeah.
And we got what's his name? James Washington from the Steelers. He's
Isn't he a Tech player? Oh, somebody named Washington. Okay.
yeah. I mean, we made a couple of trade moves. We lost Randy Gregory to the Broncos.
Yeah.
Was he the guy that was supposed to sign like with
He was supposed to
10
sign.
minutes or like he like changed his signing?
He
like,
signed
right
it.
after?
He changed his signing like that.
Oh.
He was supposed to sign a 4-year deal with it was the same contract with us,
Mhm.
but it's just switched it same contract with the Broncos.
And now he's with Russell Wilson.
Was that before or after the Russell Wilson?
It was
You don't
after.
know? Oh,
It was
okay.
after, yeah.
Okay.
So he might have saw that and he was like, "Yeah, I need to go there."
Go play
But
with Russ.
I honestly want to see how Russ will do in that stadium as well.
Because it probably, well, maybe not. I was gonna say it gets a lot colder there, but maybe not. But
The big change is that the altitude.
Mhm.
You know, it might be harder for him to get used to it over there, but you know, with practice, of course, he'll get used to it.
what do y'all think about Aaron Rodgers going, getting signed, but then his number one, Devontae, leaving to the Raiders?
Oh,
I think let's go for Derek Carr because
Mm-hmm.
they played at the same college together and they were pretty good. They were a dynamic duo
Mhm.
and they're back, so that's a little scary.
That
yeah.
is.
If I'm not mistaken, wasn't Aaron Rodgers' contract like the biggest one,
Mm-hmm. It was like 215 or like something crazy. Like,
guaranteed, like something like that?
Mhm.
Yeah. You know, I honestly thought Aaron and Devontae were both gonna leave, but I guess it was just Devontae left. It looked like before he actually finalized his deal, Aaron had like low trust in the Packers and he just didn't want to be there.
Mhm.
But I guess they hit him with that much money. Like, how could you not?
Yeah.
Yeah, we all remember that first game with Aaron Rodgers. Weren't they playing y'all?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was terrible.
That was a fun game for Saints fans, but not for Aaron Rodgers fans. Because I was going to say after the Packers drafted that quarterback in the first round, he like said he wasn't going to play with them the next year, and then he did. And so I guess after seeing all the money, like
Yeah, like
Someone
I wouldn't
play.
decline that. So.
yeah. Okay, so now we're going to move on to college football. You might not know, I grew up in Austin. I'm a big Texas Longhorn fan, and these two are pretty big Texas Tech fans. So
Yes.
with y'all's new coach, how are you hoping that y'all's first season is going to go with him?
Coach McGuire is a beast. He brings every piece of energy to practice. I've seen it.
Yeah, I've seen
Practice on campus in Lubbock. Like he'll just go around. Like I took my brother tailgating, where it was like right before the Texas Tech versus Texas basketball game here,
Mhm.
and Coach McGuire went out and like was handing out pizzas and stuff like that. So I was like,
Oh, wow.
this dude's just like a stand-up guy.
Really? Have y'all seen, do y'all know who Arch Manning is?
Yeah, the number one QB for our class,
Mm-hmm.
the class of 2023, right?
Mhm.
Yes, he's in between. I think it's Georgia, Alabama, Clemson, and Texas right now. I think those are his top schools. So if he can go to Texas, I think
No
we have a shot.
disrespect, but you gotta look at these other schools. How many QBs have they produced, and then how many has Texas
Yeah.
produced at a college?
To
I
be fair,
honestly-
Sam Ellinger was one of the best we've had in a long time. We had a long stretch before that. After Colt McCoy, everything just went kind of downhill. And then Sam Ellinger was good. He never could finish off it, but he's up in the record books. So
I'm looking forward if we get to play all this year.
Oh, we're
I
playing.
I think
we're
yeah.
playing.
I think it's in Lubbock. I think it's
Oh.
over Thanksgiving because I'm going to North Texas a state in the fall, but my dad got season tickets for the first time this year, so I think I want to head back up to Lubbock and be at that game. So that should be very
We'll
exciting.
be ready to beat y'all. So we'll say that.
That's fact.
Sure.
ready.
That's what everybody says.
I'm ready for that.
And that is going to wrap up the sports segment for this edition of Level Up Podcast, the ClassCast episode. So thank you, JP and Zeke, and we'll see you in the next segment.
Thank you for having us.
An anchor has to trust their floor director. And so our team has been working hard on their trust. Trust fall.
Oh, got you there.
Oh, thank you. Trust fall.
Hey, first of all, dude, why didn't you catch me?
Sorry, man. Anchors only.
Welcome back to the Level Up Podcast, ClassCast edition. Today I'm joined by
Omar.
and
Jeremiah.
today we're going to talk a little bit about, as we are all three seniors graduating from Lubbock High, some of what we've learned, some of our favorite times in high school, and even potentially some of our least favorite times in high school. So, Omar, I'll start out with you. what did you enjoy most in high school?
In high school, the entire thing.
It can be a couple of things. It doesn't have to be just one.
High school, the entire thing. I'd say just pretty much everything outside of school. Like we would, we would just.
What I liked about
That's
school
fair.
is not school.
Yeah. Well, what I mean is like I met some of my best friends through school and just like hanging out with them in the duration of high school. Like maybe going out to eat directly after school or something, or like
It's like community stuff,
yeah,
essentially.
pretty much, and just hanging out with my friends. And one of the most important things I liked about my high school career is actually working with LISD TV, because I feel like this is part of like where I shine pretty much. This is, I guess, my passion. And this is the only place I found success, I guess, if you know what I mean. It's like I push myself in my education way too much. Like I joined IB last year, and
Oh,
yeah, it's
good luck with that. Yeah.
yeah, it definitely wasn't for me. I mean I am like a hard worker. I'm like a grinder, but
Right, but that was just a lot. I
yeah,
imagine.
in IB you have to do a lot of things, and one of them is communicate well with others, which I don't do. I'm super shy and awkward, as you can tell in this podcast. And all the other IB like students can vouch for me. I did not talk at all. I was like, you could like when I'm in school, pretty much I'm just like a zombie. I'm just you guys could probably tell. I'm just like.
Sometimes.
Some days, not every day.
Other times you like to break out a beatbox or break out a rap while I beatbox to your noise.
No, yeah, but that's what I was. Wait, what? Huh? No, yeah, but that's what I was gonna say. When I get here, when I step foot in this LISD TV building, I'm like, let's go. Yeah, I'm just like ready. I'm just like pumped up pretty much. I want to do this, but like once I get back to school, I'm just like,
what am I doing here?
Yeah.
Kind of deal.
So Jeremiah, what would you say your favorite times have been in high school?
Oh gosh, I think I'm gonna have to agree with Omar on this one and go with community as well. Like just getting to hang out with a bunch of people and getting to know everyone. That has to be definitely one of my favorite stuff. As far as classes though, I don't know. That's a tough one. I kind of liked all of them, but then in the end we all just started like all my classes started fading out because my programming teacher started not giving me schoolwork.
Oh,
and
wow.
then my piano teacher left about like a month before school ends.
Oh my
So we didn't have anything in there. And then I wasn't doing a lot of stuff in any other classes. So some days I was like, oh man, this kind of stinks. But I think I also got to do a lot of like productive stuff, like watch YouTube and yeah, definitely the community has to be my favorite.
I would agree with both of y'all. I would definitely say community. I would say I had a few teachers over the years that like those were some of the more enjoyable times. Like I feel like for each like couple of years I can pick out like my freshman and sophomore year we had a teacher named Mr. Fullerton. I don't know if y'all ever took him.
Mr.
I really
Fullerton.
enjoyed his classes.
Yeah, I was in his class with him too, but he retired or something like that.
Yeah, he had to retire. And then Mr. Coughlin last year,
Yeah.
I would say
Oh,
was
yeah.
definitely one of the teachers I liked more. He was the AP English teacher for us last year. Mr. Scovey and Mr. Ward have been the two ones this year.
And speaking of your like whole socializing thing that you were talking about, you should have joined AP because I think
Yeah.
that was a lot more of a collective group kind of thing, I guess.
Yeah,
So
don't get me wrong.
you don't regret going to
Yeah,
AP.
I don't regret
Yeah.
it at all.
I was about to say, you can't really, once you've gone through an experience, it's more of like, even whether bad or good, I don't think anybody would really say that they'd go back and like, not want to do it because regardless of whether it was semi-okay or if it was really great, you learned something from it. And so I think that's like one of the most important things of school and stuff, is that experiencing this and that so that you can grow more. And yeah.
So a little message for all the Lubbock High schoolers watching this out there, freshmen, sophomores, or people about to go to Lubbock High. Once you get to your junior year, IB, AP Capstone, and just AP classes in general, they're all great. You'll get to learn a lot like through all three of those things.
But you don't have to.
You don't have to. You don't have to.
Totally fine if you don't, too.
Yes.
Because, like, for instance, I don't think my brother's going to do any of the AP stuff. He basically just took as many classes as he could over the summer. So as a junior next year, he will be, except for one English class, he will have all of his classes be electives because he's finished all his credits. So that, junior and senior year, he's gonna be just doing whatever the heck he wants, taking whatever classes because he finished everything. So that's also an option.
Can't you just graduate early?
Yeah, he could if he wanted to. But the ATC is super cool and provides stuff like this, TV, and also like welding and auto mechanic and plumbing and a lot of great job opportunities. So.
Okay, so moving on to what'll probably be the final question. What was y'all's biggest takeaway like out of senior year? Like something you learned. It doesn't have to be school related or this class, just like life lessons or anything like that.
I definitely learned mine just from my mom, from who she is. I did tell her story on this platform, I think. She basically told me that to run your own lane. Like think of life as a track. Run your own lane, go at your own speed. Don't pay attention to what anyone else is doing. Just like focus on your own lane. Go pretty much choose the hardest route. Like you could go run the track from the outside lane, which is harder. But that's what she told me to do. Pick the hardest route, which is why I joined IB, and and then just do all of those things, and it will get you to better places, better heights.
Jeremiah, what would you say?
I would definitely have to say don't worry about anything. Like all worrying's gonna do is it's just gonna drag you down and it's gonna make everything worse around you. If you can just take your situation and change your thought process and be like, okay, I'm going to work through this. I'm gonna take it one step at a time. I'm not gonna think about everything else all at once, and just relax. Don't put all the stress on yourself. Then you can you'll be you'll be covered. Don't worry, because if you really think about it, like high school is just a small 4 years of your 50 or so more that you have left. So
that's awesome. I would definitely say, rounding it out, that the biggest thing I probably learned was just to say yes when you're not sure, like about different situations. It can apply to so many different things. Like if you aren't sure if you want to like go hang out with friends, or like for school, like if I wasn't sure, like going to California for 4 days, being away from my family, I wasn't sure, but I did it. Like I went to go hang out with my friends and had dinner with them. Yeah. And like there's so many memories that I've been able to create and make just because I ended up doing something.
And you said yes.
Yes. For just a very long time, I've been like an introvert kind of.
Yeah.
And so I really started to learn this year, like there's stuff that like it might not sound like I want to do it, but if I turn out and go and do it, hang out with friends, go on these trips with LISD TV, which y'all should come and do, by the way. But you make so many more memories, you have so much more fun, and just enjoy your time way more.
Yeah.
Omar? Jeremiah, beatbox. You got this.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Your face, disgrace, embrace, shoelace, in Spanish. Here we go, in Spanish. Tu cara es muy rara, en Guadalajara, en la clase de Señora Lara. Shout out, okay.
Thank you for watching the ClassCast episode of the Level Up Podcast. As we're seniors, we will all be signing out for the last time.
Ciao.
See ya.
Peace.